Hi, I'm Brady Volin with the Library Observer. This past week, I was able to interview Hayden Cantrell. Hayden was just drafted to the Milwaukee Brewers in the 5th round of the MLB draft this past year. Hayden was nice enough to sit down and talk to me about his path to pro ball. All right, so to start off, obviously, all this, everything is happening right now during like the COVID-19 pandemic time. So I just wanted to start off by asking you, how did that kind of affect your last year at college and your whole draft process and even your performance?
Yeah, very interesting that, I get asked that a lot. COVID had a lot to do with, a lot of the events that you see that affect you day to day. A lot of that is because of that. Um, but, that time was a very interesting time. Um, during that whole COVID time, it was before it happened, I think we were like 14 games in. I was struggling at the time, I remember. And dude, it was crazy because when all of this hit, um, I was hitting like below 200. I
Mm-hmm.
was hitting like 70, right? So, of course, this was supposed to be my draft year, and I was supposed to get picked up, right? So, um, I did think I was still going to get picked up, even if I didn't hit at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, in the back of my mind, was worried, right? So, whenever everything happened, it was kind of weird. So I played three sports growing up. I played football, basketball, and baseball. And in high school, I dropped basketball and I ran track. So my entire life, I've never had a break ever. So Corona was the first time at age 21 years old I had ever, since I was 7 years old, it was the first time I'd ever had more than 2 days in a row off, ever. It was the
Wow.
first time ever. So
Yeah.
um, it was weird. So I had to actually adjust, the way I planned. And, even like right now, right, all of my old friends from school, um, that are still on the baseball team, they just
Mm-hmm.
came back to town. They start practice tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, it's also a new perspective change, all the way to my whole life. Coming back from Christmas break was when it was like, all right, man, let's go, let's get
Yeah.
excited. It's just crazy how everything has changed. Because if I don't get drafted, I'm still a college student and whatnot. So, but like I'd say, it taught me a lot about where my routines were at, what I was doing day to day, because I was no longer a part of an organization or a team that was demanding a lot of hours out of me during the day.
Yeah.
And NCAA rules are what they are, but the hours that a student athlete puts in a day is before he gets to bed is like, it is every bit of like, and if you
Mm-hmm.
include sleep, it's like you might have an hour to yourself a day, and then this transition happens, where um, you're all to the wall and you're grinding and stuff, and to not have anything scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my own workout regimen, so first time being a professional has been interesting as well. I went to indie ball during this
Yeah.
whole time, and I was very fortunate to be able to get a lot of good experience professionally, be around some former big leaguers who are my teammates, and just play and just realize how much different of a game it is, college to pro, and how much you really are in control of your game. I think that's one thing that I might have lost sight of in college from time to time is how much I felt like I was in control of my game. And then I look back and I get the pro ball and I realize everything was always controllable.
Yeah.
It was my perspective that may have altered that in some scenarios, So just learning things like that, I think Corona has been a big compilation of a bunch of things like that.
Yeah. Wow. That's I mean, definitely like it makes sense that as you're so busy, that's gonna be like a big change for you, like a big shift. You have a lot of
Right.
off time now. You're trying to figure out how to fill it and stuff like
Right.
that.
And it's crazy too, man, because when you talk about, and it's not even how it's to be filled, because I'm still ridiculously busy over
Hmm.
here. I have, I had just gotten my clothing stuff. I've been working on that. And then Corona hit. So when Corona hit, it hurts businesses. Like
Yeah.
it's been my business. And then, so I've been doing that. And then on top of that, I have the Sandlot League and stuff like that. So, Honestly, I learned a lot about so like it's crazy, but like being an adult, like
Mm-hmm.
I paid taxes this year, which I paid a lot of them, but
Mm-hmm.
and I pay bills and I pay all my car stuff now. My parents gave me all my bills and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just been interesting to, to have that perspective now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because you think about what it would be like as a kid,
Yeah.
what you think paying your bills would be like, and then you realize it's like the same thing. Like if you wanted $5 for a jean day, while in middle school, you hustled for your $5, and like so it's the same thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like me, I'm still like the high school kid. I'm still like I feel like a college kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like I want to eat. That's all. I spend my money on food. Like that's it. Like I spend money on food and a movie here and there, or like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
yeah, it's crazy how the more things change, the more you don't change. Like the more you stay the same, you realize that you're just an older version of like your 7-year-old self.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Okay.
that's the way I look at it. That's what I've always looked at it. So
Okay. You talked about earlier, like your experience in high school. I heard you were you were a quarterback, right?
yeah, so I played quarterback. I got recruited as a receiver though.
Okay.
I was backup quarterback my sophomore year, and I was the punt returner that year. And then my junior year, the quarterback who was there, ended up being a starting quarterback at Arkansas. He was
Oh,
really good.
okay.
So they were like, we can't have you just backing him up. So I moved to receiver, and then that's where I got all my college looks from. But yeah, I did that, and I returned punts. I even punted one time. I held field goals, and then my second year I was the quarterback again, and I still returned punts. So it was kind of crazy. I would go from
Yeah.
it'd be fourth down, defense is on the field, and the quarterback's going back to return the punt. So
Hmm.
it was kind of
What
crazy.
What made you choose baseball over football?
Um, I think I had grown more appreciation for the failure aspect of it. There is no so baseball is a big gray area sport. There's a
Hmm.
lot of right. There's like a lot of things that everybody say happens right. There's a lot of like teaching points that are always made at practice,
Hmm.
but nothing is simulated for that competitive environment, like in the pitch, right?
Hmm.
How often do you simulate that intensity that
Yeah.
often? Now, football practice is balls to the walls. When the whistle blows, bro, you're at it.
Hmm.
Now you may be laying people out, but like the speed of the game is always the same.
Yeah.
So baseball, I found that the ability to control the game comes with the ability to control those very small details. It's like it's raining today. I have no grip on the bat. What is my best way to get a grip on the bat today?
Hmm.
You know what I'm like? What's my best way to adjust today? And I feel like those are very beneficial. Those help a lot.
Yeah. Um, Now I also read that you were picked, right, when you were in high school, like 40th round by the Yankees, I think it was.
Yeah, that's a funny story actually. It was the third day of the draft. I think I had offers in the sixth round that year
Oh wow.
on two, but on date that year there was. I mean, historically there's 3 days of the draft.
Yeah.
There's rounds, and there's 2 through 10, and then there's the rest.
Yeah.
So third day, I'd already passed up the money values that I was gonna make. So I was at home just hanging out. My family, they would go run some errands. So I actually went go swimming, and the draft was still going on. I had no idea.
Hmm.
I went swimming. It was the 40th round. So when the 40th round came around, I was like, all right, dude, screw it. Like, I'm not watching anymore. So I went swimming. My phone died out there. And I was out there for a long time. I was out there for like 2 hours just chilling. But my mind was set on school, So I was like, I wasn't even tripping about the draft anymore.
Hmm.
I come back inside, and I go plug up my phone, and then it starts spazzing,
Yeah.
while I'm in the shower. So I get out the shower, and I go to turn on my phone, and it freezes. It turns off. So I have to wait another 30 minutes to turn my phone on
Yeah.
because I'm busy doing stuff or whatever.
Hmm.
And turns out I end up, like 10 minutes after that, I ended up opening my phone off the charger to a Twitter notification that said
Yeah.
I got. So that's how I found out. And then like 5 minutes later, I got pinged like the 500 messages I got at one time and
Yeah.
stuff. So it was cool to have that experience to see how it was different this time, you know, because there was nobody there. There was no one in my house. It was just me celebrating.
Yeah.
3 hours after I found out, when everybody knew, and I was just there by myself, you know. So it's kind of, I had like that little moment where I was just like, oh man, that was kind of dope, you know, like by myself, you know, not like,
Yeah.
oh man, you know, it was just like,
Yeah, a you moment.
Cool. And like I felt like my energy only. And then, you know, this year for draft day, it was really cool because, you know, you could really feel it, like everybody was like lit, you know. It was cool. It was a really cool moment. But yeah, that was really.
I mean, I can't even imagine being alone and finding out versus, I mean, yeah, this year you had like that draft party, you know what I mean?
I should make a video about that, right? Getting drafted with nobody there versus getting drafted with.
Yeah, that's a good vlog idea.
Probably, huh?
Yeah. So I was able to watch you in Cape Cod Baseball League like 2 years ago, I think.
All right. It could have been I played there played 2 years in the Cape.
Okay, so you were on the Falmouth Commodores. I think it was 2 years ago, yeah. And I remember seeing a lot of games where you and Nick Gonzalez obviously would match up. Nick also being drafted that same year.
Okay, yeah. Then that was my second year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you two were like when I was there, when I was watching you two, like I could see were like two of the best middle infielders I saw playing then.
Yeah.
If you had like a path to the majors at either position, either short or second or third, would you just stay in that one row if it got you there earlier versus like just staying with your favorite position?
Yeah, and I'll tell you the way pro ball works nowadays. It's not like it's not necessarily you pick a position. Nowadays, I know in my organization, we move guys everywhere, and basically, excuse me, sneezing. All right. But yeah, so basically, we do it. We just for camp, we took turns at shortstop. Now, obviously, the best fielder plays at shortstop. So, and so whenever I go out to work, go get my work, I go work at shortstop. And then, but in reality, the path to the big leagues and big league longevity nowadays is based on like how long you can play, right? So, if you have a guy who's a really good defender and he's not a really good hitter, even if he's the best shortstop on the field, he will eventually only play shortstop until somebody out hits him at short. You know what I'm saying? So, and the same is for second and third. And that's just the way it works, you know? So you want to play for, like, my goal is I want to be a Hall of Famer and I want to play for 15 years and stuff. So for me, it's about being good at all the positions and hitting all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about the path to the big leagues, it is not set on one position because I do know at any point, even if one team wants me in one position, another team may move me back, you know? That's just the benefit of playing shortstop my entire life. And I've played center field. And that's the thing, you know, because scouts, when they draft me, they know all the sports I played. So they know that because I have the school 100-meter record in high school, I have one of the records. They put me in the outfield, and it's cool. And I played some games in the Cape in center field, and I played second. I played third with the Brewers over here. I played short a lot. So.
So like versatile, like you because of like your like speed, like you said, like teams think you're versatile, which I think will help, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and you talk about now, this is my job and this is my career, and so they pay people with experience in different fields, right? In the real world, right? If you're a doctor, they're going to pay you more if you can do more than one specialty, right? And so that my thing is like a Kike Hernandez who can play like a really good outfielder and play a really good shortstop, you know, because like. And that's Javi, too. You know, for a long time, Javi didn't get a gold glove because Javi played third, short, and second like every other day. So they couldn't give him a gold glove. And then the second he stays at short, well, he gets a gold glove. Well, no brainer, you know. So, but I like that moving around style. And if, you know, I'm always good at shortstop or anywhere else. So.
Like you were mentioning a few of those players before. Is there anyone like either playing now or that you watched when you were a kid that you kind of like modeled your game after?
Dude, I loved Manny Ramirez, bro.
Oh, okay.
I loved Manny Ramirez because he had like
So one thing people always thought about Manny, they always thought Manny was all goofball, but like Manny was a serious competitor. Like he put in hours and hours and hours of work, and then when he got in the game, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? So, like you watched me play that year, and especially that year in the Cape, I had a lot of fun. You know, that was I take a lot of pride in because number one, this is what I have the most joy doing. I have the most joy playing this sport, you know, more than I enjoy doing anything else, right? So number one, you got to be happy. So, you know, when you make that precedent, you know, you'll start to see a lot better results and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that kind of can relate to you, like what you said. Like it's like all fun when you make it to the field, but you have to like put in the work to get there, like you said.
True. And that's why I have so much appreciation for Manny, because that was one thing he did so well. He could just pick it up and drop it, and then he was the guy in the middle of the game that had to stop so he could go take a leak in the left field wall.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'm from Boston, like located in Massachusetts, so obviously like we would, you know, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay. I assumed you did. I just don't know like the era, because when I got into baseball, that was it. Manny was like the Tatis of now.
Yeah.
Manny, it was Manny, A-Rod. Jeter was good, but Jeter wasn't as overpowering like during that time as people thought he was.
Yeah.
But I was also a Red Sox guy. Like I didn't like.
You?
Yeah, so I used to actually write letters to the Red Sox. When I was in 4th grade, I wrote a letter to the Red Sox asking them for some dirt, and they sent me some dirt and some stickers.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I'll be honest, my pillowcase up to about a week after the draft was a Red Sox pillow.
Okay. Yeah.
I swear. And they didn't pick me, and I was really upset about it.
Well,
I'm Brewers pillow, so I got a Brewers pillow.
Oh, Brewers pillow. Okay, that's good. I was gonna ask if you got one of those.
Yeah.
So you talked about earlier, like your vlogging. Obviously, like I mean, that's expanding right about now. What like made you start that whole vlogging thing?
I think you know, it's actually funny. That started my first summer in the Cape. I was struggling, honestly, right? I wasn't playing very well. If you go look at my numbers, I hit 160 that year.
Okay.
And so I was bored, bro. I'd go to the field and I would get the ball blown by me every day. And so like I was not having a good time, and I was beating myself about it because I knew how important the Cape was.
Yeah.
You know, so what were we talking about? I just got sidetracked a little bit. What were we talking about?
I was just asking like why you started your vlogging and
right. Okay. Yeah. Right. We were shagging one day, and one of my buddies on Snapchat that morning had put something about a GoPro for sale, and it was cheap, and it was one of those you just press the button for, and I was like, yo, send me that. Like I worked right before I left for the summer. I did a lot of lessons, so I had some money saved up.
Yeah.
So I ended up, he sent it to me in like a couple days. We're up there in the Cape for BP, and I'm shagging with the little camera. And I was like, you know, my dad was a TV broadcaster. He used to do games on TV, so I had experience watching him edit and stuff. So I bought my own software on a terrible Chromebook. Dude, I remember it was the worst scenario ever.
Yeah.
Like trying to set up. But I finally got the video out, and I remember feeling so proud about it because anytime anybody would ever type in the Cape Cod on YouTube, forever 5 videos are gonna come up. You know? So like I took a lot of pride in that. And then I think soon after that, when I returned to the Cape, right? So I kept vlogging. You know, and like I said, this was just something that I was bored about, you know, and I posted that video, and I waited a while until I could make another one because, well, I sucked so bad at it, to be honest. I'm so bad at making them. So I waited till I got back to school, and I made a few more videos out of boredom. And then I actually had people from different countries gravitating to me and asking me questions and stuff.
Wow,
and,
yeah.
You know, and that was the first time, and I was like, yo, this is way bigger than me just trying to not be bored in the Cape, you know? And it's not to say the Cape is boring. The Cape was my second summer. Both summers, I say, are the best 2 summers of my life.
Okay.
One, I learned my best experiences because it was terrible. 2, because I learned how to have fun again. That was that second, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, that wasn't the reason why I do it now, because you know, I go places in public. You know, I went yesterday. I went to go get a smoothie, and the guy, they said, Hayden, order for Hayden. I said, yeah, thank you. And the guy said, hey man, I'll watch your videos, you know. And it was like,
Yeah.
cool, you know. So you know, that's not why I do it. I don't do it for that reason. I do it because at a time in my life, I would go on YouTube around your age,
Mm-hmm.
and I would want to know everything about everything that there is to know about college ball, pro ball, how big leaguers walk to the locker room, what do they wear, everything. I want to know, right? So when I got to college, you know, I felt sharing that perspective that's all people really wanted. They didn't really, you know, it's so simple. That's all I was trying to get, to show people that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it's turned into something a little bit more motivational, right? It's turned into something where it's like, you know, look at me. You know, I am not physically imposing. I'm not 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm fast, but I don't run like the fastest deer. I'm fast, but I don't run like the best. And I just want to show people that it's just like, this has just been an obsession. This has been, from the age of like 12 to 22, it has been the most brute, obsessive obsession ever. It has been every other hour of my day besides waking up, using the bathroom, going to school, doing homework, and practicing has been more practice and more watching, you know. So MLB Network was always on in my room. Actually, I got that. I remember begging my parents for a TV because I would always fall asleep in the living room on the couch watching MLB Network because I didn't have a TV in my room. So it's kind of funny. Kids don't want TV anymore. But that was something I begged for. I was like, Mom, can I please or Dad have MLB Network in my room? You know, so, but yeah, you know, I grew up with my dad. It was me and him when we were born. Him and my mom were split. And so that's all we did. He was a college baseball player. He was 21 or 22 when I was born. So all we did was play baseball.
Yeah.
We wiffle balls. And so, you know, ever since now, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
There's, in my living room, in my apartment, there's bats and elbow guards and swing devices and stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a ride, but it's just been an obsession. And it's not, you know, and I do it to show, you know, kids everywhere that it's like, if you're obsessive enough about something and you want to go seek out the information and you want to put in the hours when it's miserable outside, when it's beautiful outside, like that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I like giving that perspective, and you know, the drive that people get out of my videos. And I mean, I'm speaking only because of what's typed in the comments, with what they tell me.
Yeah.
You know, but the drives are for different areas. The drives are always for baseball. People are like, you know, thank you so much. I had my football game coming up, and you said something about relaxing or something, and he was like, I went off. And that was something I was thinking about all game, you know? So even if it is something so simple like that, you know, obviously I didn't take credit. I'm not going to take credit for somebody balling out for a football game, right?
Yeah.
But if it is something that simple that, you know, can help somebody out, you know, that's why I do it.
Okay. And I also saw you were like partnered with Momentum, which is Trevor Bauer's brand, I believe, who's an MLB pitcher right now. How did that come to be?
Instagram. I think I had actually no. It started. I think Trevor commented on one of my YouTube videos.
Okay.
He commented on one of my YouTube videos, and then I think I followed him on Instagram or something back immediately. I think I'd already blown up their page multiple times.
Yeah.
I had DM'd Momentum, I think 4 times, a lot, you know, and like my DMs are crazy too. So I get it, right? I know how, and I feel terrible because I get lots of DMs, and it's just like I can't respond to all of them every day, you know?
Yeah.
So, but eventually he ended up responding and seeing mine because I ended up getting a blue check.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, that made things a lot easier. So
Yeah, I'm sure that definitely helped.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get one of those one day. Yeah. Well, last question to end off on. Obviously, very early in your career right now. What just like are you most looking forward to? It's a broad question, but just in your whole career, like what are you most looking forward to?
So I have one thing I have learned, right? So I am 22 years old, and everything I have done in my life was to put myself where my feet are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the off season, not having to worry about school. I wanted to be able to pay off my car, pay off all my school that I owed, and everything else. That was the goal. But now I realize that like it was the journey, it was the path of doing all those things that's the enrichment of it. It wasn't draft day.
Mm-hmm.
Draft day was not the most enriching part because you know what we did on draft day? I went to my parents. We were all there. We all hung out. Everybody was drinking like it was a party.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. I was chilling. And then after, we drank a glass of champagne. Everybody went home. And then I went to my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played video games. Like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It doesn't change. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
With that in mind, I've put a lot of my focus now into, down the road, it is important to have goals, right? And I already told you goals. I want to be a Hall of Famer. I want to play for like 15 years, So now it is about looking apart and thinking about like, how is it going to take me there? Like, I know the goal, and I know the thought process that it takes to day to day go attack it, right? And so I know that if today I think about the right things and I go do the right things, at the end of the day, I can chill, and then I can go look in the middle of July and hopefully I'm hitting like 350.
Mm-hmm.
But enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey isn't the day that you're hitting 350.
Yeah.
I've hit 350 before. You show up to the park some days hitting 350, and sometimes you're like, oh man, I don't want to be here. Like, and I've been there. I don't think that before because I've sucked too many times. So I enjoy being good now.
Yeah.
But that perspective, I follow a lot of like I'm big on like I watch a lot of podcasts, so I like learning and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that they always talk about is like they never the gurus of everything, they never talk about like one practice.
Yeah.
Right? There may be things that people say like that's one thing that he does every day that makes him so great, but that's not necessarily it. It's the mentality that guides his decision making.
Okay.
So like the people who are the best in the world, the best time managers,
mm-hmm.
they're not necessarily the best performers, but they know how to get their most beneficial energy to the thing to give their good energy to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it again. Yeah. Okay. So the best part of this journey is going to be focusing on putting my energy where it needs to be.
Okay.
Energy is being put into things, right? So I can give you an example. My YouTube channel has been a little bit slow lately, but I just got back from working. I busted it all year. So I came back from Arizona and I was chilling for a little bit. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to let my buddy edit one of my videos. I'm going to take an edit off. And then I went and made mine. And then I just realized I was like, man, it is the grind of making those videos is what I truly enjoy. Yep. It's not just pressing the upload button. Mm-hmm. It's grinding through it. Command B, Command B, Command B, like clip, music here. And then it's like, that was the part I enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
And then I look back on my life and like as somebody, like I said, not the most skilled, not the most whatever. I just look to diversify. I just look to get good at many things. I'm not elite in any category, but I'm pretty good in most of them. Mm-hmm. So that's very applicable. I started reading. I wanted to get better at new things. I want to learn to play an instrument eventually. You know what I'm saying? So like all that stuff, that's part of the journey. So everything I look forward to is all the silly stuff that I'm going to do on bus rides, all the goofy people I'm going to meet on the way. Mm-hmm. Those experiences can take you anywhere, bro. Like, if I learned anything from college, it's taught me that any conversation can take you anywhere. If you don't DM me, we never have this call.
Yep.
Right? But I'm not above getting on a Zoom call when I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, like that's because I feel like that's the way time should be spent.
Okay.
But that's just me though.
Yeah. I
You
know.
follow me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know that's a lot, and that's kind of everywhere, but it's all pretty much the same focus for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much like stay consistent every day, and if your priorities are where they're at, bro, you'll check the boxes.
Okay.
So, y'all getting some snow over there or what?
As of right now, not really. I think like right before Christmas was like the last time it kind of like snowed hard, but that's pretty much been it.
So y'all don't have any snow?
I mean, like, no, not really. Not right now. I mean, maybe like a coating on the ground, but nothing that's going to change.
Oh, well, that's what I'm talking about. I have never seen, like, I'm from Louisiana. It snowed in North Louisiana yesterday. It snowed last snowed, and so I've only seen ice, and I've only been hit from ice from the sky.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the cold anyway. You can tell I'm shivering.
Yeah.
But I like 100 anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that Arizona heat more than I hate this cold weather, bro.
Yeah, I mean, though, some days in Arizona, like I was there for spring training the past few years. My dad and I go. And,
oh, really? Dude,
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all should come hang out then.
Dude, it's so unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if is spring training gonna happen this year?
Well, that's true. I forgot. They're probably not letting people in. But we are going in March. We're going later. Minor leaguers have minor leaguers report later, and they're going to shorten our season.
Okay.
Which wouldn't be terrible. That wouldn't be terrible, but.
Because like.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wasn't.
Oh yeah,
I
was just gonna say because like I was talking about it, and I was wondering if like it would ever like be reopened because it's like awesome. We go to Arizona. We went to the Brewers last year, literally like tried to.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was actually raining that day because it's how that works. But like yeah, like the Dodgers, everything's great there. It's like the best access to baseball you can get.
Yeah, dude, Camelback is sick.
Yeah.
You went to Camelback Ranch?
Yeah.
That place is sweet.
We played the Dodgers there.
Yeah, I saw you like walking through that like front gate or whatever. Like I like completely know exactly like through that path through like the middle. There's like a lake.
Yeah, they got like a little pond area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that separates two complexes.
Yeah, it is for the White Sox and the Dodgers. Yep. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I've always wished I could do that. I was always too much into sports, bro. I was like, my dad asked me if I wanted to do stuff like that, and I regret not going, bro.
Yeah.
I regret much.
You get to live it though.
Huh?
You get to live it now.
Yeah, I know, but it's the slimmest of chances, bro. It's fine for me now.
Yeah.
My life has been a grind, but like I am blessed beyond measure now, and only thing I can express is gratitude. All I got is gratefulness for everything else. So as far as life experiences, I could be fine right now. Like I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But look, like I know with like my son, like we're gonna go do that. Like that is something that, and honestly, his life he may not have a choice. He'll just be there regardless, you know. So but that's funny. Like that's a new stage of life I haven't even thought about, bro. I haven't even considered that because in my mind, I still think it's 2018 and I'm a freshman in college.
Yeah.
That has always been the best mindset for me because I never felt like I accomplished anything. That kid felt like he had so much to earn. But that kid is stupid hungry though. He'll tear your heart out if you really wanted to. So my grind is getting back to that kid. Go and find him now. And when I go to the weight room, I need to find that kid who would push the hell out of me.
Yeah.
All
right. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been like awesome. Thank you so much for, just taking the time.
Yeah, bro. Hey, if you ever need anything or you want to call again, bro, just hit me up. We can set it up in advance again.
Awesome, bro. Thank you so much. I'm Brady Volin with the Lobby Observer signing off.
Have a good one,
Thank
bro.
you again to Hayden Cantrell for joining me. I'm very excited to watch your whole career unfold. Good luck. Thank you. I'm Brady Volin with the Lobby Observer signing off.